So you've all probably heard that great wine is made in the vineyard, and that's absolutely true. But one of the questions I get is, Daryl, when you walk into a vineyard, how do you know? How do you know that particular vineyard is going to make great wine? Well, I asked the question to a young viticultural assistant, a young lady that wanted to come working for me. She wanted to be my vineyard manager and look after all of the viticulture, which is the grape growing part of it. And I asked her, I said, Katie, how can you tell in a vineyard what makes great wine and what doesn't? And she said to me, I was waiting for this real technical thing, but she said, Daryl, it's really easy. She said, you stand on one side of the vine, exactly like I am now, and I'm going to walk around on the other side of the vine. Now this vine, we're in the middle of winter, so this doesn't have any leaves on it, but imagine it's got a whole lot of leaves and it's in the growing season, and this is the time of the year you can really tell quality in the vineyard. So she went around that side and I stood on this side scratching my head. What is going on here? And she said, Daryl, if I take off all my clothes, and she said, if you look through that vine, and she said, if you can't see anything of me, that's not going to make good wine. And I was starting to smile. And then she says, now if I take off all my clothes and you look through that vine and you can see everything I've got, that particular vine or that particular vineyard isn't going to make good quality. But she said, if I take off all my clothes, I'm starting to get really interested now. If I take off all my clothes and you look through the vine and imagine the leaves are on there, and she said, you just see enough to be excited. She said, that's going to make reserve top quality wine. And I laughed like anything. And she was exactly right. That was the funny thing. And the reason is that again, imagine this is a grapevine with a whole lot of leaves. If there's too many leaves on there, it means the vine's growing too rapidly and it's putting its energy into growing all the leaves and not into the energy of getting the flavour in the fruit. So that isn't good. Likewise, when she said, if you can see everything I've got, that means that there isn't enough leaves there to ripen the fruit. And we know, winemakers, we know we need 14 leaves to ripen every bunch of grapes. So if there's hardly any leaves, I can see straight through there, not going to make good wine. But what she said, if you can just see enough to excite me, and that's what she said, then you're looking through, it's really mottled, there's sunlight going through, but you've just got little bits of air holes. That vine is perfectly balanced. And you know what? The young lady got the job, said it exactly right, and I've never heard it said better again. We had fun.